Japan, often seen as a beautiful island nation in East Asia, home to 126 million people, the iconic Mount Fuji, sleek bullet trains, most advanced technology, and rich ancient history paint the picture we all know. But did you know there's a darker side? The intense work culture in Japan has tragically led some to take their own lives. There's even a district infamous for prostitution, and if you have tattoos you might be banned from spas, gyms, and hot springs. Yes, this too is Japan, both breathtaking and complex. 1. The Yakuza, Japan's infamous gangsters. These guys are members of what's officially called boryokudan, or violence groups. The name Yakuza is used not just for individual criminals, but also their entire crime syndicates. What's wild is that they follow these samurai-like rituals and are covered in elaborate tattoos, almost like a badge of honor. But behind that tradition, they're involved in some seriously shady stuff. Extortion, blackmail, smuggling, prostitution, drug dealing, gambling, you name it. They even run businesses like bars, restaurants, and factories in Japan's big cities. And guess what? Their criminal web stretches way beyond Japan. They've got a global reach. Back in the 1960s, the Yakuza were at their peak, with around 84,000 members, but by the early 2000s, their numbers had dropped to about 80,000. These members are divided between regular gangsters and associates. At the top is the Oyabun, meaning parent status, and the followers are called Kobun, or child status. The loyalty is intense. Kobun even take a blood oath to their Oyabun, and if they mess up or break the Yakuza code, in the past they had to cut off their little finger with a sword and hand it over to the boss as a way of saying sorry. But this ritual isn't as common now. That's why tattoos are such a taboo in Japan, due to their strong association with the Yakuza criminal organization. Many places, like spas, gym, and hot springs, won't allow anyone with tattoos inside because it's a symbol of Yakuza affiliation. Tattoos in Japan aren't just seen as body art, they carry a heavy association with the underworld, which is why the restrictions are so strict. 2. One challenging aspect of Japanese society is the intense pressure to conform to its detailed social norms, which are stricter than in most other countries. Take something as simple as exchanging a business card. It involves numerous rules, and missing any of them can make you seem clueless. Even Japanese people who've lived abroad sometimes struggle to fit back into this highly structured environment. Japan often feels like a continuous tea ceremony, where everything must follow precise rules. As a foreigner, though, you're somewhat exempt from this pressure. Without a Japanese face or fluent language skills, you're already seen as outside the system. There's a social phenomenon known as Hikikomori, where individuals completely withdraw from society, sometimes staying in their rooms for months or even years. Their parents care for them, while they avoid all outside interaction. It's estimated that around 700,000 people in Japan experience this, with some remaining isolated for up to 20 years, unable to cope with the overwhelming pressures of Japanese society. In Japan, the official work week is set at 40 hours, but about 22% of the workforce clocks in 50 hours or more each week, far higher than the US at 11% and Spain at 6%. Some individuals even push their hours to a staggering 100 per week, including Saturdays and sometimes Sundays. Vacation days are scarce and often underutilized. On average, workers take just 7 out of their allotted 18 days off each year. In fact, about 17% of employees don't take any holidays at all. Many see taking time off as abandoning the company, and taking more than 3 consecutive days off is often unaccepted. 3. The workload in Japan can be so intense that it leads to Karoshi, which translates to overwork death. This term refers to occupation-related sudden deaths, often caused by heart attacks and strokes due to extreme stress and malnourishment. Additionally, the mental strain from work can drive some individuals to suicide, a phenomenon known as karojisatsu. The first documented case of Karoshi was in 1969, when a 29-year-old male worker in the shipping department of Japan's largest newspaper company suffered a fatal stroke. On December 25, 2015, 24-year-old Matsuri Takahashi tragically died by suicide after jumping from her company dormitory. She worked at Dentsu Inc., Japan's largest advertising agency, known for its grueling work culture. Before her death, Takahashi shared several heart-wrenching messages on Twitter, revealing her sense of despair. Posts like, It's 4 a.m. My body's trembling. I'm going to die. I'm so tired. And I'm physically and emotionally shattered, highlighted her struggles and desperate need for help. 4. There's even a Japanese prostitute district in Tokyo that reveals the city's hidden side. This area, known for its gritty charm, has been part of the sex industry since the Edo period. Visiting this district is like stepping back in time, where the past and present mix together in a fascinating way. Kabukicho, a notorious red-light district in Tokyo, buzzing with host clubs, strip clubs, and a nightlife scene that caters to every desire. Nearby, Omoide Yokocho is famous for its dirty restaurants, where the line between food and vice often blurs. Back in the Edo period, the city had several licensed red-light districts called yukaku, where prostitution was openly practiced. These areas were vital to Tokyo's economy and culture, offering not just sexual services but also entertainment and dining experiences. 5. Maid cafes are a unique type of cosplay restaurant primarily found in Japan. In these cafes, waitresses dressed in cute maid costumes treat customers like masters, creating a home-like atmosphere rather than the typical cafe vibe. Maid cafes are especially popular in Akihabara, a Tokyo district known for its electronics and anime manga shops. The rise of maid cafes can be traced back to Japan's economic crash in the 1990s, which shifted societal views on intimacy toward more individualistic experiences. Many people who struggle to form organic relationships seek alternative forms of intimacy, and maid cafes offer a space for this, particularly for anime and manga fans. Prices at maid cafes tend to be higher than in regular coffee shops, but that's because of the unique service they offer. Waitresses often draw cute pictures on the food and find creative ways to make the experience even more delightful. Besides the food, you can also play with the waitresses or watch live performances. 6. Did you know you can't silence the sound of a camera clicking in Japan? That unmistakable click of a smartphone camera echoes everywhere, from quiet art galleries to solemn ceremonies. Japanese phones don't have an option to mute this shutter sound, and while some people try to cover the speaker, the question remains, why is this feature mandatory? The answer lies in Japan's laws against non-consensual photography. The shutter sound isn't just an annoying quirk, it's a legal requirement designed to protect privacy. Controlled by the phone's operating system, this sound ensures that every photo taken comes with an audible cue, alerting those nearby that someone is snapping a picture. It's all about keeping people safe from being photographed without their consent. In 2000, Toshiro, a founding member of the band Rats and Star, was arrested for trying to take an upskirt photo of a woman using a camera phone at a train station in Tokyo. This incident drew national attention and highlighted the potential for abuse with the then new camera phones. Keiji Takao, a developer behind the JSH04 phone, the first Japanese phone with a built-in camera, shared in a 2016 BuzzFeed News interview that Toshiro's arrest played a significant role in the decision to enforce mandatory shutter sounds on phones. So, which dark fact about Japan do you find most interesting? Tell us in the comments section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and click that bell icon so you never miss out on our latest videos. Catch you in the next one.